Hello, YouTube. Uh, well, yesterday I watched the latest Game of Thrones episode, Season 8, Episode 3. And if you haven't watched that already, I'm going to spoil you like crazy in this video, so turn back now. I would like to start by talking about a few things I really liked in this episode, and basically the whole episode is just one huge battle scene, right? The first thing I really liked was that after the Dothraki horse charge and all that, when the undead came at the Unsullied and the Army of the Living, there was no background music and there were no shouting or something like that. You only heard the like hungry panting sound of the whites, the undead army, jumping and clawing and pushing on the humans, trying to defend themselves as well as they could. And I really like that. I like when they work with silence rather than dramatic music or sound effects in movies. And I think they did that exceptionally well in many parts of this episode. It sets another kind of mood, a desperate, chilly mood. Also, I really liked how they showed the dragons working with the fire breathing and flying and the cold air and the fighting between the two living dragons with Daenerys and Jon on them, and the undead dragon with the Night King on top of him. That was beautifully made, and I mean the whole size and scale of the battle. I think they went with like wanting to do the biggest and most impressive battle scene in the history of fantasy movies, and they probably did. This is probably the biggest battle scene we have seen in a fantasy movie. Now, there are some questions and things I didn't like. So first, the Dothraki charge at the beginning of the fight, it was pure stupidity. Why would you take a huge force of light cavalry and just make a blind frontal charge into darkness? Why? Why would they do that? But I guess we can say that the results were pretty realistic. The whole Dothraki army died, as you could expect. I don't know why they chose to do that. I don't know. That was very silly. Another question is that in the last part of episode 2, I thought they made a brilliant job at setting a mood of the night before the battle. Everyone is sitting around thinking about what will happen. Will we survive? We will probably not survive. Arya chooses to lose her virginity because she wants to know what that's like before she dies, and so on. And my interpretation was that at the end of that scene, of that episode, I thought we saw the sun come up, and I thought it was like, okay, the sun comes up, and this is the day of the battle. But I must have misinterpreted that, because this battle takes place at nighttime. And I mean, I don't have a big problem with that, but I'm a bit curious because it seems like the people of Westeros like to fight at night quite a lot. Battle of the Blackwater takes place at night. And most significantly, maybe, when the wildlings attack the wall, they attack at night, and we hear Jon saying to his men that, I think they've had enough for tonight. Okay? So he assumes that the wildlings won't continue assaulting the castle during daytime. Why is that? Because, I mean, you could say that maybe they want to get to the walls in the cover of darkness when the Night's Watch can't see them, but they carry torches during nighttime, which you would have to do because moving on over uneven ground in pitch black darkness, they would just fall over themselves. And if you carry torches or other sources of light, they will see you, they will know where you are, and they will shoot at you. Okay? So I don't know why the people of Westeros like night fighting so much. If anyone out there on the internet have a idea of a in-world explanation for that, I would love to hear it. But now, the biggest problem I have with this battle and this whole episode, after I've thought about it a bit, I realized this doesn't feel like Game of Thrones to me. Game of Thrones battle in the past have been a lot about, we see the commanders on both sides thinking and talking about their strategy, their ideas, how are they going to win this battle. And sometimes it goes as planned, more often than not it don't go as planned. But there are plans and there are ideas on how to win it. In this battle we don't see that. Most of them, at least on the living side, seem to assume they will lose during the day before the battle. And we don't get explanation why they choose to charge the Dothraki into the darkness. We don't see any of that. We know that they had a plan to lure the Night King into the Godswood where Bran is and assassinate him and kill him there. Okay, that we know. But we don't see any battle plan. And this representation of a big battle between the good and the bad, good and evil, where the good side more relies on desperate heroism and last minute saved by the bell by killing the Night King. To me, that is a lot more Lord of the Rings. I mean, the mood in the Lord of the Rings story is very much like that. That we have the big evil in the east, Sauron, and he's pushing against the people of Gondor and Rohan and so on. And the only way, and they try to stop him with heroic charges and battles, standing up against this superior evil force, and finally they make it by the ring being destroyed. That's Lord of the Rings. So I will not take anything away from this battle being an extremely well-made battle scene. With a huge scale and great CGI and also some nice storytelling in there. But it doesn't feel like Game of Thrones to me, and I feel that's a little bit sad. I think they could have done a lot better in that aspect, on keeping the feeling of Game of Thrones. I mean, Game of Thrones is, in my opinion, not mainly a story about good versus evil. It's a story of people wanting stuff, making plans, and those plans going horribly wrong. Okay, however, in my last video I said that I hoped that they would finish the storyline of the Night King, and that in this episode, so that we could continue with storylines I find more interesting, and it seems like they did, so I'm happy for that. And I look forward to see what will happen now between Dany and Jon and the other characters, Jaime and Cersei's storylines, and if will Sandor Clegane finally kill his brother, the Mountain. I look forward to seeing all of those stuff. So that's it. Bye.